Numbers. Chapter 33. Verse 1. These are the journeys of the children of Israel, which went forth out of the land of Egypt with their armies under the hand of Moses and Aaron. Verse 2. And Moses wrote their goings out according to their journeys by the commandment of the Lord. And these are their journeys according to their goings out. Verse 3. And they departed from Ramesses in the 1st month, on the 15th day of the 1st month. On the morrow after the Passover the children of Israel went out with an high hand in the sight of all the Egyptians. Verse 4. For the Egyptians buried all their firstborn, which the Lord had smitten among them. Upon their gods also the Lord executed judgments. Verse 5. And the children of Israel removed from Ramesses, and pitched in Succoth. Verse 6. And they departed from Succoth, and pitched in Etham, which is in the edge of the wilderness. Verse 7. And they removed from Etham, and turned again unto Pihahiroth, which is before Baalzephon, and they pitched before Migdol. Verse 8. And they departed from before Pihahiroth, and passed through the midst of the sea into the wilderness, and went 3 days' journey in the wilderness of Etham, and pitched in Marah. Verse 9. And they removed from Marah, and came unto Elam. And in Elam were 12 fountains of water, and 70 palm trees. And they pitched there. Verse 10. And they removed from Elam, and encamped by the Red Sea. Verse 11. And they removed from the Red Sea, and encamped in the wilderness of Sin. Verse 12. And they took their journey out of the wilderness of Sin, and encamped in Dophkah. Verse 13. And they departed from Dophkah, and encamped in Alush. Verse 14. And they removed from Alush, and encamped at Rephidim, where was no water for the people to drink. Verse 15. And they departed from Rephidim, and pitched in the wilderness of Sinai. Verse 16. And they removed from the desert of Sinai, and pitched at Kibroth-Attava. Verse 17. And they departed from Kibroth-Attava, and encamped at Hazeroth. Verse 18. And they departed from Hazeroth, and pitched in Rithmah. Verse 19. And they departed from Rithmah, and pitched at Rimmon-Perez. Verse 20. And they departed from Rimmon-Perez, and pitched in Libnah. Verse 21. And they removed from Libnah, and pitched at Rissah. Verse 22. And they journeyed from Rissah, and pitched in Kehelatha. Verse 23. And they went from Kehelatha, and pitched in Mount Shapha. Verse 24. And they removed from Mount Shapha, and encamped in Haradah. Verse 25. And they removed from Haradah, and pitched in Makheleth. Verse 26. And they removed from Makheleth, and encamped at Tahath. Verse 27. And they departed from Tahath, and pitched at Terah. Verse 28. And they removed from Terah, and pitched in Mithkah. Verse 29. And they went from Mithkah, and pitched in Hashmona. Verse 30. And they departed from Hashmona, and encamped at Moseroth. Verse 31. And they departed from Moseroth, and pitched in Benajarkan. Verse 32. And they removed from Benajarkan, and encamped at Horagijad. Verse 33. And they went from Horagijad, and pitched in Jotbatha. Verse 34. And they removed from Jotbatha, and encamped at Ebrona. Verse 35. And they departed from Ebrona, and encamped at Eziongeber. Verse 36. And they removed from Eziongeber, and pitched in the wilderness of Zin, which is Kadesh. Verse 37. And they removed from Kadesh, and pitched in Mount Hor, in the edge of the land of Edom. Verse 38. And Aaron the priest went up into Mount Hor at the commandment of the Lord, and died there, in the 40th year after the children of Israel were come out of the land of Egypt. in the first day of the 5th month. Verse 39. And Aaron was 123 years old when he died in Mount Hor. Verse 40. And King Arad the Canaanite, which dwelt in the south in the land of Canaan, heard of the coming of the children of Israel. Verse 41. And they departed from Mount Hor, and pitched in Zalmonah. Verse 42. And they departed from Zalmonah, and pitched in Punon. Verse 43. And they departed from Punon, and pitched in Oboth. Verse 44. And they departed from Oboth, and pitched in Ajeabaram, in the border of Moab. Verse 45. And they departed from Eam, and pitched in Dibongad. Verse 46. And they removed from Dibongad, and encamped in Armendiblathaim. Verse 47. And they removed from Armendiblathaim, and pitched in the mountains of Abarim, before Nebo. Verse 48. And they departed from the mountains of Abarim, and pitched in the plains of Moab by Jordan near Jericho. Verse 49. And they pitched by Jordan, from Bethshimoth even unto Abel-shittim in the plains of Moab. Verse 50. And the Lord spake unto Moses in the plains of Moab by Jordan near Jericho, saying. Verse 51. Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, when ye are passed over Jordan into the land of Canaan. Verse 52. Then ye shall drive out all the inhabitants of the land from before you, and destroy all their pictures, and destroy all their molten images, and quite pluck down all their high places. Verse 53. And ye shall dispossess the inhabitants of the land, and dwell therein, for I have given you the land to possess it. Verse 54. And ye shall divide the land by lot for an inheritance among your families. And to the more ye shall give the more inheritance, and to the fewer ye shall give the less inheritance. Every man's inheritance shall be in the place where his lot falleth. According to the tribes of your fathers ye shall inherit. Verse 55. But if ye will not drive out the inhabitants of the land from before you, then it shall come to pass, that those which ye let remain of them shall be pricks in your eyes, and thorns in your sides, and shall vex you in the land wherein ye dwell. Verse 56. Moreover it shall come to pass, that I shall do unto you, as I thought to do unto them,